So I needed to make this video. This is disturbing. This is from Michaela. I don't know. I don't know who the psychologists are. I don't know who the professionals are. You can talk to Frankie if he's okay. You can. I don't know what the circumstances is, and my mother, if she can remember, and if she faked her dementia, I'm not too sure, but she'll be able to tell you. To my understanding, my mother has dementia, but I wanted to say this. When Frankie got raped, this is about Frankie being raped. More details. Because it's being brought up to me by other people trying to defend and protect Miguel Rivera, who raped him, and basically kept him confined by himself, leaving him alone in his room for years. And I wanted to make a video on this because it's not so much of me bringing it up, it's other people that are wanting to defend and protect and give him empathy for what he did. Should have spent 20 fucking years in prison, in a maximum security prison, then has to register as a sex offender, won't be able to get a job, and instead he's living in a 3-bedroom house, comfortable, and using the church and using other church members to then defend this piece of shit, and his wife, transgender wife, slapping the shit out of my mother. So, and he had the audacity and nerve to show up to my dad's funeral comfortably while Frankie was there, and basically, stick his tongue out in my family, my dad's body's face, and my mother's husband. Well, anyway, I talked about all this already, but when my mother went to check Frankie if he had been raped, I remember I talked about Frankie was trying to get me to not say anything about him being raped, and she picked up his pants, like this, and Frankie looked, and at one, I want to say, you could talk to, my mother will tell you, and Frankie will tell you, there was some sort of blood stain that indicated that maybe my mother possibly thought he was raped, because she picked up, I remember more details of the event. When we walked into the house, she picked up Frankie's shirt. And I don't remember if this was just the only incident, but Frankie had huge bruises the size of a fist. And I recall Miguel punching Frankie so that he could rape him. I mean, he was 250 pounds, the same way that the guy punched me, if not harder, over when I was in Colorado Springs at the ski resort. One of the managers who did this in front of the manager, and I was asking if there was cameras, and I reported it. I was telling this guy, punch me on my knee. That's the same way that he punched Frankie that I recall. And I remember him going like this, bam, and like hitting Frankie. And I remember Frankie going, and he was like dry heat where he couldn't breathe. He got hit in the stomach, and I remember I believe he got hit in the back. But I remember my mother goes, Frankie, ¿qué te hizo alguien? And there was bruises, like deep purple looking, bad looking bruises. They were the size of a fist. So this is why he was able to rape and do away with Frankie, because at the time I don't think Frankie was going to let him. So what he did is he punched him and beat him so that he could break the little kid and then rape him. And I want to bring this up because I am pretty tired of other people bringing it up as much as everything that's going on, and they're trying to use the church. They're trying to use the Jesus church. It's all over television. Much of these televisions, every single person that I come in contact with, every single person that I am in negotiation in any form of the way, is absolutely defending Miguel and Diana and attacking me for it. And I have nothing to do other than had told my mother what had happened. Now, this guy's kept Frankie in a prison for like 10 years. Nobody understands what this motherfucker was doing to my family and my mother and to that little kid. And this guy was going to church trying to think that he could get away with. He's very smart. He's not stupid. He may be mentally ill, but he's very smart. He's not dumb. He's not mentally dumb where he just doesn't know what's going on. He's extremely smart, mechanically smart. He's not stupid. So I wanted to make this video because my mother would like to also verify that if she did say that I'm another person that could verify the truth of what she said is true and did happen. There was huge bruises on Frankie's body and she got scared. Now I don't know if my mother got scared and that's why she didn't probably go to the police. She had to have known that somebody had hit him. She was just being terrorized and nobody knew about it because they were sending people because of what he did. So I think it's important because my mom's living in an extreme dream makeover's house, and it's these motherfuckers and both of them that were sending their people just the same way that they're doing to me, the same way. It's other people that are doing this. I want to make this very clear. They're running a stampede of empathy for this piece of shit. There's people spending 30 years. I mean, you heard about like War Machine. Have you ever heard about like, Christy Mack? Like porn stars. Like this guy beat the shit out of a porn star girl and her boyfriend and got 36 years, 40 years mandatory, almost 40 years mandatory prison time. And he beat the hell out of her. He shouldn't have done that, but 40 fucking years. Frankie had welts in his stomach and back that were about this big. And he was raping him in front of him. And they continued to live in a 3-bedroom house comfortably. And they were giving them jobs to work at AutoZone and other places. I'm not kidding you. That everybody wants to feel sorry for him thinking that he has a mental disorder and he doesn't. He's really fucking smart. I've been around him so many times. He kept Frankie in his cage and was punking out my father and there was other people that were maliciously going after my mother not knowing that it happened because he wanted to get away with what he did. And he was sending other people to do it so then you could point the finger at them and not him and they just keep him safe and comfortable and financially set for life. So I wanted to make this because President Barack Obama is directly involved and I want to say he was defending this piece of shit. He was defending him. And they gave me I got 40 fucking tickets. This guy was living in a 3-bedroom fucking house, comfortably with a dog, 2 cars, and a kid. Never spent a day in jail, an hour in court. Now the entire community is attacking me, and they're just all wanting for it to be, oh, Jesus Christ saved his life. Oh, it was because of Jesus Christ. Oh, he made a boo-boo. He made an accident happen. There was no accident. He's not mentally ill. They're all of them are feeling empathetic for him. They're feeling sorrow, empathy for this motherfucker. In a courtroom, when you get testified and get a harsh penalty to do that to a 6-year-old kid and rape the shit out of him in front of me, you're most likely, and you beat the shit out of him, you have bruises like that I can verify and testify against, you're going to go to prison for about 25 fucking years. At least 20 to 25 fucking years, okay? That's if you never had any type of criminal record happen to you before. 25 fucking years? This guy's living in a 3-bedroom house in the gay, LGBT community and transgender community is doing this to me. This is why when I talked to Patricia Gadina and I mentioned something about Miguel to him, she immediately was feeling sorry for him and very defensive. Now, I don't know what the state of mind of this person is, whoever's doing the investigations, but I wanted to make that he had huge bruises on him where he had been hit like brutal, like they were fucking red and fucking purple and deep, like you could have fractured ribs. And I remember that very well. I was so young, I was 4 years old. I want to say this because my mother would like me to say something on behalf of Frankie's life and her life, because President Barack Obama is allowing these rapes and accusations and things that are happening to me when it shouldn't be. Regardless, this person didn't go to prison. He didn't get in any trouble for it. He got a good job, good place to stay his entire life while he continued to persecute my mother. Then they began to do this with my sister who passed away. So Michaela, I don't know if you're a psychologist or went to school. I don't know what to say. Be careful with your life. The guy that I sold the piano to gave me the money like he was making a threat that they're going to pay somebody money to come after you and have sex with you. So all they have to do is find somebody to pay, give them a lot of money to screw you, and it's to harm you. Be careful. They're going to pay. Somebody has a lot of money and they're going to set up hits to come after you and your family like they're doing to me. Your life is in danger and your environments.